Three, two. Hey, Sinead.
Hi, Ciara.
So welcome. This is the chat number 13, May the 17th. It's very cool. It's very lovely. Nice to see you, Sinead.
It's nice to see you too. What's it like over there today? Is the weather nice?
No, no, not really.
Oh,
It's slightly cold, kind of overcast this morning when I went out. So every morning I go out and check on the duckling or the duck. She's sitting on egg still. Kind of worried. They should have been something happening at this stage.
yeah.
So I go out every morning, and this morning when I walked across the grass at like 5 o'clock this morning, it was really cold. It wasn't frozen, but it was pretty close to it. My feet were like, oh, really, really sore.
Oh,
Well, yeah, yeah. And so everything's a little bit challenged. Things aren't really thriving. It isn't like jungle feeling out there yet. It's still a little bit cold. Yeah. And you, what's it like over there at the moment?
jungle.
Oh, yeah, okay. Is your bamboo, because you have bamboo growing outside, is it going
Yes,
nuts?
the bamboo is going crazy. I think I snapped off about 500 of them new shoots yesterday that are
Okay.
growing into my actual garden, which is annoying.
Yeah.
But yeah, everything's growing like crazy. The vines, I've had to cut back some bits of them because they're growing out into the driveway. Yeah, it's cold at night and damp, and it rains a little bit, and then it's hot, like it's above 20 during the day, so it's perfect
Wow.
growing weather. Yeah,
Wow.
so
Yeah, so that's not
so
happening here, just
yeah.
to say.
But
So
it's
what's
good.
happening?
I swapped around my spinach and my strawberries yesterday. So the
Okay.
spinach was getting too much sun and the strawberries were not getting enough. And so I decided to swap them over, and they seem to be doing okay today. So that's quite
Okay.
good.
Great.
So
Good.
yeah.
Super.
And so
So
what's
what's
happening at
happening?
NADUIR?
Yeah, I was
You
just about
guys
to
are
ask
super
you.
busy.
Yeah, yeah, I was going to ask you the same th question today. What are we
Yeah.
doing? Yeah.
Well, all the clinics are open again, which is
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah, yeah. So it's pretty much heaving here, you know. So all the different therapists, all the different clinics are up and running, and it's really amazing how we can adapt and how we can learn and how we can have new systems and protocols and all these like layers of procedures that we have in place, and it happens really seamlessly. And there's this wonderful sense of integrity, and
Mm,
it's like we set up just the parameters of what we require and what we want and our expectations from all the different practitioners, and then they name that with us as well, and it just feels really really clear and straight and very safe. It's wonderful. Yeah, we feel really delighted. And also it's just so gorgeous having like, oh, just yeah, our therapists back. You know, they're such a rock solid part of NADUIR. The
mhm.
clinics running, and then the therapists, and then the people they draw into NADUIR. And it's just beautiful. It's beautiful. The feeling in NADUIR when there's people, so many people coming
Mm.
and going like this. It's beautiful.
Fantastic. And Yosef's back
Yeah.
doing his clinic too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So he's back, Cranio Sacral Clinic. Yeah, so that's it's wonderful. It's really awesome. It's very exciting. Yeah.
Fantastic. I know he was missing it. So
Mm,
that's
yeah,
great.
yeah.
And you're still doing your yoga every day, breath this month.
Yeah, breath. Breath is really very intriguing. It's every one of them are. You know, everyone is
Mm,
different, every day is different, it's like they cook me in different ways. And breath is again deepening my sense of self-regulation,
mhm,
self-observation. um, that creativity and the procedure of cultivating new and
mhm.
exciting and dynamic and just making it exciting for me, and it just seems to pour out of me. It's just amazing. So yeah, so I had a whole, like I have revelations, and so I had a few revelations this morning of like, oh, that's like, oh, that's an amazing connection, and it's like thing dots connect and things make sense in a different way, and suddenly I see more wisdom in different layers. It's amazing. I'm just blown away by the deepening practice of what's happening and the community that is
Wow.
created around it. And it's like somebody sent me a video last night of this woman from Donegal, this artist, this dance artist in Donegal, and it was about, she was standing beside the sea, and she was talking about being, I am alone. And then she said, oh no, I have my breath, I have my sensations, I have my body, I am not alone. And it just spiraled me into this beautiful sense of reflection and awareness and self compassion and self witnessing, and oh, it was so amazing. And
Mhm.
that sense of the community really enriching me, and then as a result I pour it back out into the community in insights, in comments, in jokes and humor, and yeah, so it's very good fun. Yeah.
It's fantastic. And next month we have Begin,
Yeah.
which is going to be amazing. But you have decided you're going to do a PDF beforehand for.
Yeah. Or we'll do it throughout, or we're
Mhm.
doing a
Yeah.
PDF. I'm not sure the deadline for that PDF at the moment. And so yeah, so there'll be because like I'm always making up new moves, and so for example, wing or wing chop or bow and arrow or lawnmower or slingshot, or tablecloth was a new one today. Tablecloth, and so there are all these gestures we do in our lives, and so rather than me describing, flex your wrist, extend your wrist, lift your arm up, and then, because we would do that. Instead, it's like, imagine that you're lifting a tablecloth, you flick it up, and then you let it waft down. And we know that movement in our
Yeah.
bodies because we've learnt that as a gesture in real
Mhm.
life, and then we begin to observe that in class. And we're like, oh, so what is it that I'm doing here? And how is it that I mechanically do that? And it's just,
Mhm.
yeah, it's so inspiring. I love it.
It
And
really
it's a
is.
wonderful it's like life feeds life, and it kind of, yeah, it's got this incredible connectivity to
Yeah.
it.
Well, that's it. Your signature moves. So that will
Yes.
be very cool.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Yes.
then all those will be kind of defining right now, not all of them because there's just so many. We're defining the main moves that I do, and then like an appendix of the moves.
Yeah.
And that way, when we're doing begin for the 21 days of June, that'll be begin yoga with Ciara. We're going back to foundations, back to the fundamentals. It'll be a slow and mindful month. So we'll be moving and connecting into, well, what is the intention of this move and how do we do it? So
Mhm.
yeah, yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I look
That's
forward to all of them,
fantastic.
but I'm looking forward to
I
that as
know.
well, so
Yes,
yeah,
absolutely. And you've got no honey left.
it's all gone. So all of our honey left around 6 weeks ago, maybe longer, maybe 2 months ago now, and then spittle honey finished yesterday. So no more honey until August.
Oh,
Yeah, there's cries and then yeah, like
yes.
oh no, so yeah, no more honey. Well, we've been warning people for a good while, so it's gone. And even
Yes.
like James, who sells us his honey, his is all gone. Like he's totally
Oh,
sold out now
wow.
as well. So yeah,
Well, it's good. It's good that
yeah,
people are eating local honey. So it's really
yeah,
good for your allergies to have local pollen.
yeah,
So yeah,
yeah.
that's great. And how has the frost been on your potatoes?
Yeah, so so I covered them up, and then we covered them up more. So I put cardboard down and then wood over that and then laths down. And so it was this maybe 4 or 5 days of heavy frost. This
Mhm.
morning, like I said, was pretty cold. Yeah, they're doing okay. A little bit of jungle heat would be awesome right now.
Yeah.
But it's not there. It'll happen soon. It always happens. There's
Yes.
always this certain
Yeah.
point where suddenly, like at the moment, the geese are eating the whole lawn and they're keeping it really low. There's a certain point
Yeah.
where there's so much grass they can't keep up with it. Whereas at the moment, the
Yeah.
grass isn't growing out front at all. We've got loads of flowers, which is really nice,
Nice.
but no, but lawn is really short. It's pretty cool.
Yes.
Yeah, get some
Cool.
geese and you don't have to cut the lawn.
Yeah.
You just
Yeah,
have to deal with.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, yeah. I'm not selling that one, am I?
No, no,
Yeah.
no.
They
Um,
scream, they bite you, they
I
shout at you, they
know.
chase you. They make noise all the time. They bang on the windows. Yeah,
Yes, I know.
no.
Well, yeah. Well, it's like saying, if you have trouble getting up in the morning, why don't you have some kids and then they'll wake you up?
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. It's back to
So
front and
yeah,
upside down.
it's a little bit taking it a little bit too far, I think. So, so yeah, and the painting, you were painting the house. Are you almost finished?
Yes, we are. So we painted the whole outside of the house last week.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. It is like glorious out there. It's just beautiful. It needed it though. It really needed it.
Yeah.
And so there's only one little bit that side in front of my clinic room, my old clinic
Mm.
room, and then there's a tiny bit of stuff at the front, and then yeah, so it's a phenomenal week of work, but we
Great.
got it done. Yeah, yeah, it
Fantastic.
was amazing, and it looks really beautiful. There's loads of new elements to it, and like there's really dark walls, and the colors
Yeah.
are the color scheme has changed slightly, so it's very nice.
Great. And it's been a year since you broke your leg.
Yeah, yeah. So that was yesterday, a year ago yesterday, and I've been really noticing the last few weeks, as I challenge it further, that one of the there's a movement that is weak in my ankle, which is the coming up onto my toes. So I've decided to start back into tango practice just with my
Oh,
bar. So
fantastic.
I have a ballet bar there behind me, which I bought actually a week before I broke my leg. So I've never really used it. And so up
Wow.
until recently, it's been like I dry my towels on it and stuff, and I'm like, no, 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 okay, I have this amazing ballet bar, so I've committed to starting back my tango practice, which is just like pivoting. You're up on your toes and you're pivoting and extending and pivoting, and then you do it forward and backwards, and then you start to do ornaments and stuff like that. So yeah, yeah, yeah,
Fantastic.
yeah, it's cool.
That's really great.
Yeah.
Wow. And so anything else? Have you been reading anything interesting or listening to anything interesting this week?
Yeah, I've been reading this really interesting book, listening to it as an audiobook, and it's called How to Do the Work.
Mm.
And it's written by a psychologist, and she created this whole new ideology or philosophy or way of healing, which is called the holistic psychology. And it's about how you have to include the body. You have to include sensations in the body and regulation in the body as well as your mind. You can't just talk things out. You need to
Mhm.
include, oh, and I feel that in my body in this way, or oh, I have these sensations, or I have this pain, and it's all connected. So
Mhm.
yeah, it's very interesting. She talked about many of the things that we do in our trainings. She talks about Porges polyvagal theory. She talks about different forms of trauma. She talks about regulation of the nervous system. She talks about mindfulness.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, I'm just intrigued. She's just got a very simple way of describing things, which is
Mhm.
really nice because sometimes I listen to those trauma books and they traumatize me.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I can't deal with this. The words are too big for me, or because I'm dyslexic, it doesn't really work. Whereas this is really
Mhm.
easy to listen to, and so she says that healing is a daily event, and that
Mm.
every day we need to be doing something. So you need to be practicing and cultivating wellness every single day. And that if you're not, then there's, like, what are you doing? And
Yeah.
um, she just gives really simple examples. Simple. It's just very easy. But it's
Mhm.
the way yeah. It's just I'm really enjoying it. I'm really very very inspired by her. So yeah, and also she seems very in keeping with everything that I say anyway. So it's very
Yes.
nice. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
nice.
yeah. It's lovely.
Great.
I think that's it, Sinead.
I think that's it.
Well, will I
Yes.
do a little moment of tango for you? I'll do a tango
Yes,
moment here. Hold on.
please.
So with tango, it's all about dissociation of the chest and stuff. Hold on. Can you see me? Yes. So for example, I'm standing on my right foot and I'm gonna project and then I pivot and then project and pivot. So and my torso is dissociating as I do this. And then I'm gonna go backwards, backwards. So that's gonna really strengthen my ankle. I can already feel that my ankle is challenged by that. So
Wow.
I'm going to start back into it because eventually we'll be like tango dancing, and that'll be really nice.
Yes.
Yeah. So thanks for chatting, Sinead. It's very
Well,
lovely.
thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. So lovely. And I'll see you again very soon.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, thank
Like
you,
it.
everybody. And if you want any information about anything we've talked about, just send me an email at info@nadur.com or have a look in the notes below because we'll have links to stuff and links to our blogs and Facebook page and all of that.
Yes, and all the trainings, all the workshops, all the courses, all the clinics, all that information you can get from us.
Yeah.
So be well. Thank you so much for joining us. Really, very, very lovely. And great. Ciao for now.